Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about patch 11.17, which is the upcoming patch in, I don't know when it comes. But in patch 11.17, there's a new thing with Lorewalker Cho. You might remember from the 20th anniversary event, he was like up on the stage, he was like talking about stories of old times. But now, you can actually find him in Donegal in patch 11.17. Remember, first the next patch, not in live game right now. So here you will find like a book. So like if I go a bit back, you can see there's like a book on the map. And he has, if you talk with him, he has 3 missions. One for Xal'atath, one for Ethereals, and one for Lich King. Kind of to remind us who Xal'atath is, who is the Ethereals, because they're going to have a big impact on the next expansion. Why Lich King is here is interesting, but yeah. So you can basically click begin on each of these, and also you will get like a reward for each of them. For example, this one here is going, so call upon your memory of Xal'atath, her voice will echo with glee whenever you kill a foe. So if you remember, as a Shadow Priest, when we had these Legion artifact weapons, we basically had Xal'atath as the Shadow Priest weapon, and every time you killed something, she was like saying some kind of like, crazy stuff. So you will get the same thing, but for everyone, you can use this one here. If you complete the Ethereals, you will basically be able to transform into an Ethereal for 5 minutes with a new toy. Also pretty cool. And the Lich King, add this toy to your box, remember the Tales of Arthur's Menethil, and you take on his visage. I'm not quite sure if like we're going to be transformed into Arthur's, but we'll see what this is going to give. But basically, there's now these 3 missions you can do, and you just have to click begin on each of them. But for this video, I thought we could maybe try do one of them, so let's try with Xal'atath.
The most cunning foes wait until you are desperate. They offer solutions you cannot afford to refuse. When the Burning Legion returned to our world, it was a desperate situation indeed. The heroes of Azeroth sought to arm themselves with the greatest weapons ever forged. Among these was Xal'atath, the blade of the Black Empire. A high priest searched far and wide for the blade. Greetings.
I'm ready to learn about the High Priest's journey to find Xal'atath.
Now listen closely to my tale.
Okay, so he starts like an introduction, and then the real story begins.
The high priest's search brought them to Tiraspal Glades, where they met with Alonso Foul.
Is this the same thing you did as a Shadow Priest, like I can't remember the Shadow Priest Legion quest. Stop the ritual, acquire Xal'atath, blade of the Black Empire. Okay. There's a book. Last thing would be here. I really can't remember if this was like a thing you had to do as well as a Shadow Priest back then. This would...
High priest learned the Shadow Deacon, the new leader of the Twilight Hammer, found the Black Blade. Xal'atath changed him. He became obsessed with the Black Empire. Xal'atath to their allies in Netherlight Temple. Moira Tharizon had an agent infiltrate the cult. We have an intruder.
Excellent. I was expecting him, but I don't think you were.
What? You traitor!
Moira said he'd be cool. I'm Slaghammer, paying my family's debt by hanging out with these buggers. Let me take down this barrier. The Shadow Deacon's already below starting his ritual. To get there, we'll need to do a bit of work. If you have any questions, let me know. But we best hurry. These buggers are suppressing Tyr's wards, so the Deacon can do his work below. We need to take them down. Start by dispelling the wards on the ritualists.
I wonder how long this mission goes.
A trap! Destroy that creature before it kills us! Here, the path to the prison should be open. Well, if it ain't me old friend, we'd be doing the world a favor written into this, Paddy.
We have to get all the way in there.
We could master spell him, or just fight, but I wouldn't get too close.
Oh,
The blade is right. I am unstoppable. Once Sakash lives again, I will hold dominion over this world. Our old leaders chose to work with pawns. I choose the real power.
where?
This is the
With this weapon, I can do anything. Anything! This shouldn't be happening. Why aren't you protecting me?
Weak and pitiful. The Twilight Father did not dare wield me, for he knew the price of failure.
Give me another chance. No! No!
You, on the other hand, yes, I foresee us doing great things together. Take hold of my hand.
Yeah, I do believe this is exactly the same mission you're doing as a Shadow Priest back in Legion.
Yes, we are eager to feast on the fallen Titan's minions. But first, Zakash. The cultists may try to stir him again, or he could awaken on his own. We must consume his essence to ensure he is gone forever. You know this must be done.
Eyes open. Always. In the final battle, Sargeras plunged his blade, flowing with poison, into Azeroth. Xal'atath was one of many weapons whose powers were used to nullify does today find you? Every good story. After the Legion was defeated, Azeroth erupted into the Fourth War. In the midst of the chaos, Xal'atath made her next move.
Wait, it's not done.
Here, Xal'atath came before the High Priest once more, with promises of power.
That's actually a quite long story. Assist Xal'atath in recovering its strength.
Strength failing. I need blood. Souls.
Okay. And then we have the meter down here. How many souls she needs. Where are we even? Ah. The servant and the self prepare for their master return. They intend to conjure a scoring storm to wash away all.
The High Priest journeyed to stop the followers of Nethoth, an old god, a dark creature who sought to corrupt our world. Let us have Mishy speed this story along, shall we?
How glorious it is to be renewed. Though I haven't forgotten your callous misuse of me in Xal'atath. Such a waste of potential. It pleases me that we have a chance to spend more time together. You should know that of my many companions, you were my favorite. We will accomplish remarkable things together, you and I. Magnificent things.
Well, I mean, you kind of become evil and so on. What now? Are we supposed to be dropped off here? We had to find the Void Stone. But we're still in the Lorewalking. Ah, come on. Here we are.
That which we seek is nearby. A relic of concentrated void energy. There, those novices are performing some sort of ritual on the stone. Stop them, and
Yes, yes, it's been so long since I took a mortal form. This body is pleasing, don't you think?
What do you seek? Once again, you prove deserving of my admiration. Such a worthy champion. The time
Did the High Priest foresee the consequences of their actions here? Regardless, they traveled to Freehold. Mishi can help us get there safely.
Basically, background story on how Xal'atath started, with the Shadow Priest starting the weapons. Typical Shadow Priest is always default to Doom. And then we use the weapons to, basically against the big sword. You know, what sword? And this part I didn't know of.
tell me what you want.
She needs a skeleton key. Oh, we have to kill the lieutenant who is here. There we go. Trident. Oh, okay, so we have to open up the chest. Hey, Xal'atath. Here's your items, my lady.
Xal'atath required one final artifact from the High Priest. Shall Mishi move us along?
It is no mere coincidence that our paths intersect. You are meant to find me. I was meant to find you. A grand destiny lies before us. Surely you sense it as well as I. But enough musing. Make your way to the shores of Vol'dun. That is where the third prize awaits.
Yeah, I think it would have been preferable if I hadn't met you since. But then, of course, we wouldn't have had this expansion and all that.
This way. I doubt Toradora will give us the crown willingly.
So we need to kill Tuatara and retrieve the Tempest Gala.
Why, Toatana, I hardly consider that fair of you to say. Well, we will see about that. What do you seek?
The pieces were falling into place. Only one task remained. Let us have Mishi hasten the journey. Xal'atath often whispered to the High Priest about the old gods and their Black Empire. We have fought countless wars against them as they seek to turn our world to void. Finally, N'Zoth was the only one who remained. He was waiting patiently for his moment to strike.
Okay, what's next?
In Xal'atath, Xal'atath found an unexpected collaborator.
A stone to call forth the darkness. A weapon forged in the depths.
Oh.
For the ruler of all worlds. Hear me, God of the deep. I have brought you the opener, the bringer of truth, the torch that lights the way. Honor our bargain. Free me to find my own fate.
Go. But the blade must remain to serve my will.
A fair exchange. Shadows guide you, my dear friend. We will meet again. I am certain of it.
Damn.
Destiny mortal. The hour is close at hand. That which was sunken shall rise. All that was sleeping shall be awakened. Receive my gift and see all truths before you.
Is this cinematic new or
Xal'atath was freed from the blade and took a mortal form. Her past remained a mystery. But we Lorewalkers are never satisfied with an incomplete story. Pandaria welcomes you. Jade's serpent guide you. Tread lightly. Farewell. Jade's serpent guide you. Tread lightly. This tablet is a record of a battle from long ago. When the thank you
Okay.
for listening to my tale.
okay? So before this video becomes an hour long, oh god, it keeps going on. Okay, it keeps going on. There's more to it. There is way more to her story than what we just saw. But I think we are, because I think I bugged it now. Since I said goodbye to him, and I think now we are kind of like in a bug loophole. Okay, that's very interesting. So each of the stories you can do with him is actually quite long. Since you can see I've already used now 25 minutes and we are not done. And I can imagine the one with Arthas as well. It's going to be like a full story of Arthas. Which actually is going to be interesting. I kind of want to see that one as well.
How does today find you?
Okay, so I can say start over or continue. So basically I can continue where I let off. Very interesting. Very interesting. But I think for the video now we're gonna end it here. So thanks for watching everyone. It was a pleasure having you all watching. But yeah. In patch 11.1.7 we're gonna get this Lorewalker thing here where you can like unlock new toys and have like these stories that are actually quite long. So interesting. But again, I learned a lot of new things about Xal'atath, and I'm probably going to learn a lot of new things about Ethereals. Not the Lich King, I kind of know his story full, but still. Alright, peace out.